Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fifth episode of the Untitled Premier League show. I am your host, Ulises Lopez. My brother Mo, unfortunately, is not here today. He's feeling under the weather. He's feeling a little bit tired. And we all know, especially when you're feeling under the weather, feeling a little bit tired, the best thing to do is just rest, and that is what he is doing right now. We hope for him having a speedy recovery, and thank you for all those who continue supporting us. Um, for the past couple of weeks that we've done this, we've gone from 0 to 3 subscribers. Even though that might not sound as good, but it's good for us. It's good that people are watching us, people are commenting, people are liking our videos. And I just want to say thank you for all those who are watching us right now. And without further ado, let's keep forward. Let's keep predicting because man, what a week of Premier League soccer. So this past week, the first game uh, that we predicted, it was on last Saturday, Tottenham versus Wolves. My brother Moises got a half a point. He predicted 2-0. I actually got a full point. I predicted to the T that it'll be 1-0, and that's exactly what happened. Uh, I knew that was going to be a tough game, especially when it comes to Wolves. Wolves are very, very disciplined defensively, and they hit you with the counterattack like nobody's business. But Tottenham came through. I got to say, it's not conspicuous. It's not innuendo. It's just fact that Tottenham are actually looking really good right now. And that's something that I didn't think that they were able to do because Tottenham are one of those teams that just don't go away, especially in the season. They're still undefeated this season, which is a very step up from last year. So kudos to Moises, who predicted that they would finish. He said they would finish second in the table, and they're fourth right now. But it's still early in the season. So yeah. So then we went to Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. That was a game that surprised the hell out of me, honestly, because look, Crystal Palace won 3-1. I predicted that Villa would win 2-1. My brother Moises actually got that one almost right. He predicted 3-2 Crystal Palace. He gets half a point. Listen, Crystal Palace are flying right now. They're finding a cool comfort zone, especially with Patrick Vieira at the helm. They're a very good counterattacking team, especially with Wilfred Zaha up top. It's just a nightmare for those who man, for those who are trying to defend him. He tore my Liverpool team apart in that 1-1 draw at Anfield. So yeah, they're doing really, really well. Really, really well, and I feel like they're not getting the respect that they deserve because they did lose to Arsenal in the opening game. But that was the opening game. Ever since then, they're 1-1-1. One loss, one draw, one win. So they're doing pretty well in the table right now. So good for Crystal Palace. I'm still a little bit bummed out for Stevie G and Aston Villa. They haven't gone to the greatest of starts, but it's just 3 games in. So let's hope that they get better, especially for my sake, because I know Aston Villa, they are a good team. This one surprised the hell out of me. Fulham versus Brentford. My brother Moises actually went for a Brentford win, 2-1. I actually went 2-0 Brentford as well, but Fulham, recently promoted Fulham, actually beat Brentford 3-2 in a hell of a game. I saw the highlights of it. Fulham are. I feel like they're going to be one of those teams in this season that are going to be like a gnat. They're going to be one of those flies in the wall that you can't get rid of. But man, Fulham, they surprised the hell out of me out of Brentford, who just the week before beat United 4-0. And you think all the momentum was with them, but Fulham just surprised the hell of them. Good for you guys. Good for Fulham, I should say. Leicester City versus Southampton. My brother actually chose a 1-1 draw. I actually chose a 2-1 win for Leicester, but unfortunately, It was a Southampton win 2-1. Leicester, for some reason, they haven't found their footing in the Premier League season so far. And I know it's just 3 games in, but it's surprising because Brendan Rodgers is known for getting his troops, his players, in tip-top shape and with a plan, especially with the beginning of the Premier League, but it just hasn't happened. Southampton, after those 2 losses against, especially against Tottenham, they look like they were on the bottom, but look at that. They're on the way up. They are going through. They just beat, Southampton 2-1. So good for Southampton. They're doing some really good things there as well. Um, Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Now this one uh, was kind of interesting. My brother Moses actually predicted Everton would beat Forest 1-0. I predicted a 0-0 draw. Hey, I was half right. It was Everton 1, Nottingham Forest 1. And to tell you the truth, this surprised the hell out of me. Because I didn't think there were going to be any goals in this game. I thought they were just going to go for the 0-0 draw. But hey, they took some risk and they got some reward out of it. So Everton and Nottingham Forest, they're just trying to hope not to get relegated this season. The one that surprised the hell out of me, Arsenal against Bournemouth. My brother Moses actually picked Arsenal to beat them 4-0. I predicted Arsenal to beat them 3-1. I'm saying that surprised the hell out of me because Arsenal are looking so good. They're looking so good. They found this like this new confidence, this new nuance, especially with their attacking players like Odegaard and Martinelli, and especially Gabriel Jesus, their marking signing of the summer. I thought by this time Arsenal were going to falter. They're going to go to the Arsenal of the past 6 years, but they're continuing to grow. And as of right now in this recording, they are top of the Premier League. Top of the Premier League. So that is unbelievable. That is unfathomable how good they are. But a lot of people saying, they still haven't faced the top 6 side. If they do beat like a top 6 side convincingly, they actually could do something. It's funny because Mohamed Salah, in an interview before his game against Manchester United, he said that he sees Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal challenging for the title. And that the Arsenal bit took me out of a loop because even the players are starting to see it, that Arsenal are no joke. That Arsenal, if they continue this momentum and if they beat a top 6 side this next upcoming week, they might have a chance to finish top 4. They might finish in one of those. I honestly don't think they'll still win the Prem. I don't think anybody's thinking that, but they have a shot to do something big, so we will wait and see, definitely. Brighton against West Ham. Man, my brother Moses actually predicted 2-1 to West Ham. I predicted a 1-0 West Ham, but Brighton 2-0 defeating West Ham. That was a shock to me. Brighton, they're one of those other teams that found their niche a little bit early. So let's see if this upcoming week they keep the momentum. I'm going through these real quick because I actually have to go to work. I work in the morning. I have about an hour and a half to get ready. So that's why I'm doing these quick. And we have to talk about the Champions League as well. Leeds against Chelsea. Oh my God, man! I wish Moises was here to talk about Leeds against Chelsea. It was an abomination by Chelsea. Leeds defeated Chelsea 3-0. My brother Moses actually did this correctly. He said that Leeds were going to take points off of Chelsea. He predicted a 2-2 draw. I predicted a 2-0 win by Chelsea, but what a rout by Leeds. It was not a good game for Thomas Tuchel's men. Koulibaly was non-existent. He actually got 2 yellows and got sent off. But it was pretty interesting, honestly, because everybody and their mother thought that Chelsea, even though with their problems defensively, they're gonna run through Leeds. And it was funny because two Americans scored goals in that Leeds club, and they were just tearing Chelsea apart. Chelsea did have their chances, obviously, with Raheem Sterling, Kai Havertz, all the attacking players, but they just couldn't crack the code. It was a rout by Leeds, and this to this day is Leeds' biggest win against a top six side. No doubt about it. This will go down as one of their biggest, most impressive wins in their club history, and one of Chelsea's worst, honestly. Losing 3-0, getting Koulibaly getting sent off in the 83rd minute. I mean, Erison, Rodrigo, and Harrison scored goals. And I can't say any more about it. It was a complete shock, not only to me but to everybody else. Well, except my brother. He predicted that Chelsea were on the downhill side. This next one actually surprised the hell out of me. Manchester City and Newcastle. My brother Moses picked a 2-0 City win, and I picked a 3-1 City win. Man, Manchester City, up until the 60th minute, they were down 3-1 to Newcastle. It was all because that of that young man Saint Maxima. That young man was just tearing up that defense that City had. It was man, it was it was just a rout. He was finding corners, he was finding spaces that any good striker would go in and take advantage of the moment. That's what good strikers do. They know their role and they know what to do well. And that's what St. Maxima did, because every pass he was attacking that John Stones side, and John Stones was trying to do his best. I honestly don't think he's that good of a defender, but that's all that City have at this moment. And he was just tearing up that side apart. But to the to the credit of City, they hung in, because a lot of teams, especially when they're down 3-1 with about 25 minutes left, they would say, we pack it up. We have no business. You know what? Just give them something to do. But City did not give up. City, at 3-1 down, got goals by Holland, and they got it from Bernardo Silva, which was actually amazing, because City are one of those teams that, even though you think you haven't beat, it could be in the 90th minute, they could beat you with the 6 minutes that they have left in extra time. So congrats to City for not giving up, and they got a point out of it. It wasn't a loss, they got a point. But the next game, oh my God. Wait a minute. Moises. Moises. I think my brother woke up. Moises. Well, I don't think he's answering. Maybe it's my illusion. I hear a video, but never mind. Well, I wish he was here to talk about Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. This surprised not only me, this not only I was surprised. Not only was the whole of Manchester United Old Trafford, this surprised the entire world, because honestly, my brother Moses, he predicted a 4-0 Liverpool win. I predicted a 2-0, but what a turn of events. Liverpool, even though they had a shaky start in the Premier League, they had two draws. I could never in a million years imagine what kind of crap they pulled in this game. Trent Alexander-Arnold got exposed. He is not the defender that I thought he could be because you started to see his deficiencies last year when more and more players started attacking that side and they were spinning him like a top. He could assist the lights out, but his purpose as a defender is to defend. There is no if, ands, or and buts. He has to learn how to defend, and he didn't do it that day. Jadon Sancho made one of the goals of the season so far. He spinned Van Dijk. He spinned Trent like if they're on a top and just scored the lights out. It was amazing and terrifying at the same time. And the second goal by Marcus Rashford was just a thing of brilliance because everybody and their mother thought that he was offsides. But he wasn't. He actually stayed on side and actually scored a goal. At that point, it was 2-0 at the 52nd minute. You know, as I know people are gonna hate me for saying this, but as a Liverpool and Manchester United fan, I was just hoping for a draw. I always hope for these games. I don't even watch it, but I saw the highlights after. I could not believe what was going on. I thought Liverpool might have had a chance when Salah scored in the 80th minute, but that's all she wrote. It's funny now because United lost their first two games, and now they're 13th, and Liverpool are 14th. You heard that right. Liverpool last week, they were like 7th, and now they're back down to 14th. United has surpassed them. There is something fundamentally wrong with that football club now, and I'm speaking about Liverpool. They have lost something in that dressing room. And I know a lot of people would say Sadio Mane. I know a lot of people say, oh, you lost him, and him. But for me, it was just a disgrace if I was a Liverpool fan, like a full-fledged, I would be pissed. I would have broken every piece of furniture in my house because until that point, Liverpool have beaten United or drew United. They haven't lost United in 4.5 years. But what a statement with Erik ten Hag. He did give Liverpool props. He said they're a hell of a football team. Our friend, me and Moises' friend, our mutual friend Salva, he said that this is the beginning. This is where United lift off. Now he's saying a lot of United fans said that they're going to win the Prem. That this is just the beginning. They could beat Liverpool. They could beat anybody else. I wonder if that's going to be true. I wonder if Manchester United could ride this momentum to the next game. And for Liverpool, I gotta say, Jurgen, you gotta find out what is going on in that locker room. I don't know if something got disheveled. I don't know if there's anything wrong with that, but something has to go. Something has to change in that club. Fundamental. I know Thiago's out for 6 weeks. I know, a lot of their star players like Diego Jota is out. I know that there's a lot of things going on in that club fundamentally. But you have to get your shit together. There is no excuse. You are now 14th with 2 draws and a loss. You haven't even won a game, and it's about to be a little over a month in the Prem. If you have any shot of competing for another Premier League title, you have to go for it. I was going to rant and rave, but, I'm not about that. So, good on United. Very good on Erik ten Hag. Jurgen, you got to fix your shit, honestly. So for next week, unfortunately, because Moises is not here, I am going to do the predictions. So, okay, the first game, like I said before, riding on emotions and riding on good victories. Manchester United are at Southampton. I predict Manchester United will win 3-1, especially with the big win, the biggest win that they had in years against Liverpool last week. They have to do something to keep the momentum going. I know that Ronaldo uncertainty is still there, but you have to keep riding the momentum. Oh, and also I gotta say this: Aaron Ten Hag did a ballsy move not playing Harry Maguire, and look what happened. They won. So we got to see if Harry Maguire is going to stay on the bench or what have to. So I say a Manchester United win 3-1. Everton against Brentford, I will choose another draw, a 2-2 draw. Brighton against Leeds, I'm going to go Leeds, a 2-1 victory over Brighton. Two hot teams coming off victories, but I feel like Leeds have the bigger edge, the bigger momentum after beating one of the big six, Chelsea. Liverpool against Bournemouth at Anfield. Look, listen, Jurgen, you have to get back on track. And what a better way to get back on track than to beating Bournemouth, I say 2-1. You have to get back to your winning ways because when you look at Liverpool play compared to last year, there's like something missing. Like their passes aren't as silky smooth. And I know it's Thiago, I know it's Jota, but you have to get accustomed to the new team. So Liverpool have to come out blazing. They have to prove that they're still one of the top dogs that could win the Premier League title. And then next, Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Manchester City all the way. They're going to win, I believe, 4-0. Even though Crystal Palace, you know what? I'll give it 4-2 Crystal Palace. I mean, 2 goals to Crystal Palace, but City are going to win 4-2. I feel like Manchester City still have a lot to prove. They still have, the biggest chance to win the Premier League. Everybody and their mother knows that. They're looking actually to win the quadruple. I know they haven't said anything publicly, but what a way to cap off, people saying that you choked the big one against in the Champions League to win the quadruple. So, a lot of people would have nightmares that, especially United fans, Liverpool fans, but they could happen. They could win every single competition. So Manchester City 4, Crystal Palace 2, my prediction. Chelsea against Leicester. Chelsea have to bounce back from the 3-0 basically route that they got. They have to defeat Leicester. So I say City will win 3-2. Chelsea will win 3-2. Arsenal versus Fulham. This is going to be another rout by Arsenal. They are playing tremendous football. They have their confidence at all-time high. They are on the top of the Premier League, and I don't see that changing. So Arsenal will defeat Fulham 3-1. Aston Villa hosting West Ham. Aston Villa have to come back. West Ham have not been doing that well. So I say Aston Villa will win 3-1. Wolves against Newcastle. I would have to say Newcastle, especially they were up 3-1 against City. They are going to win 2-1. And then Nottingham Forest hosting Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham are still undefeated. They're still squeaking wins in some cases, but they will absolutely trounce Nottingham Forest. They will win 3-0. Now, something very near and dear to my heart, the Champions League. Moises, you want to talk about the Champions League? Well, my brother is awake, but he's not dressed. So let me have my thoughts, and if he gets dressed, then we'll have his thoughts as well. Because I know he is chomping at the bit to talk about the Champions League, but the the drawing just happened yesterday on Thursday, and this is the groups that are going to happen. So in Group A, it's going to be Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. Group B will be Porto, Atletico, Bayern Leverkusen, and Club Brugge. Group C, the group of death, penned by a lot of people: Bayern, Barcelona, Inter, and Victoria Pleasant. Group D, we will have Frankfurt, Tottenham, Sporting, and Marseille. Group E, another good group, AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb in Croatia. Group F, it will be the defending champions Real Madrid with RB Leipzig, Shakhtar, and Celtic. Group G, we will have Man City, Sevilla, Dortmund, and Copenhagen. And the final group, Group H, will be PSG, Juventus, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. Man, what a group. So the Group A, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna basically pick the two winners of the group. If my brother comes in ready to talk about the Champions League, we definitely will. Um, Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, Rangers. For me, this is not as simple as people think because a couple years ago in 2019, Napoli actually, they were this close in the group stage of knocking out Liverpool, and especially Liverpool now with their defensive frailties, and the lack of cohesion in the club, it could be a nightmare for Liverpool. But I still see Liverpool not winning the group, but going second place. So I feel like the two that are going to win obviously are Ajax number one and Liverpool number two. Uh, for Group B, uh, Porto, Atletico, Leverkusen, and Club Bruges. But hold on, the big man is here. He came up, so because of this, we're gonna share the same mic. Look at that. Yeah, he looks like he. All right, we're gonna have to share this mic. Yeah, so he was falling asleep. He says, "Wait, hold up. Hold this." Yeah. Talk about this.
Oh,
Group A. Who do you think
Group
are gonna
A,
win?
Liverpool, Ajax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Liverpool are gonna win the group.
No,
So Ajax wins the
Ajax
group.
wins the group,
All right.
so they'll come in just barely.
Yeah.
Um, Second group, what is it?
Yeah. Second group: Porto, Atletico, Leverkusen, and Club Brugge. Hey, look, this thing just broke.
Oh well, it's all good, right?
Wait, hold up, hold up.
You can just hold your phone for now, right?
I guess.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah. All right.
So what's Group B? I
Group
like
B.
Atletico, so I think Atletico wins, and I'll put Porto as the follower. The other two are not really proud. I don't really care about the other two.
So
Those
you
are
got. So
Porto
you.
and Atletico, or Atletico wins the group. Porto goes through too.
All right. Put the microphone back over here.
I'll see.
No, no, put the microphone so we can share. All right. Here we go. Here we go.
I think how it looks like on paper is how it's gonna stand. I think Bayern win the group, and I think Barca will follow them up. Inter goes to the Europa League, and then whatever then in Victoria, whatever. She's they suck, so it's all good.
I think on that one, I actually choose. Wait, go back to Group B. I do choose Porto and Atletico, even though Leverkusen are coming up. But Group C, the group of death, the self-proclaimed group of death, actually calling an upset. I will put Bayern and Inter Milan to win the group.
Ow! You don't think Barcelona will?
No, no, you're hearing him.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Don't listen to him. He just faded right now. But I'm gonna go for the upset. I think Bayern and Inter go through. All right, what's the next one?
Group D is Tottenham's group. It's Eintracht Frankfurt.
I'll let you take this. Go for it.
I think Group D. Uh, I think it's just how it look. Like all these, they have it perfectly. Like I think Tottenham in the group. I think Frankfurt comes in second, and Sporting goes to Europa League, and then Marseille goes to out of Europe.
Yep. All right, and for me, I do believe that Frankfurt just coming off that huge Europa League win. It was probably the biggest win of their club history because they're a self-run club. So yeah, I do believe Frankfurt coming second. Obviously, Tottenham are going to win the group.
Group F: Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, Dynamo Zagreb. I think I'll go for an upset. I think Chelsea win the group. Um, but I'll pick Salzburg to go follow them up.
I thought you were going to do a different upset. I thought you were going to put like Chelsea out and put Salzburg and Milan in. I mean, we just saw Chelsea got trounced by Leeds 3-0. Yeah. Yeah, so no reactionary things, but I do see that Chelsea, yeah, will top the group and Milan will be in second. All right, here we go. The defending champions. Who you got?
I have Madrid winning their group, and I have RB Leipzig coming in second, and Shakhtar going to Europa.
Yeah.
Celtic, I think they'll do good, but it's just too much for them.
Yeah. The Scottish Premiership is not as big as the other. I mean, it's not as strong as the other ones. Group G, and to do the point, Group F, Real Madrid are going to win all the way, and I will go Leipzig as well. Group G, Man City, Sevilla, Dortmund, and Copenhagen. Oh, we already know who's winning this group.
Man City wins. They're gonna go to round 16. Sevilla come in second. Dortmund go to Europa. Copenhagen, they're done.
And then the final group, Group H. This is pretty self-explanatory, unless a huge upset comes. PSG, Juventus, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. So yeah, do we even have to say this? It's PSG and Juventus.
Maccabi Haifa wins the group.
Yeah.
Nah. PSG wins the group. I mean, I won't discount Benfica. I think they did well last year. Juventus, they had a couple good signings. They got Di Maria. They got who else? They lost a lid, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it's PSG Juventus.
All right, so that is basically our show. Well, thank you, Moises, for coming in. The later half, I know you're feeling under the weather, but I know you couldn't miss the Champions League draw.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Go Tottenham. I don't care the other ones could kick rocks, but go Tottenham. I think we go with four.
What's your prediction
For what? Just
for that
that game?
Tottenham game? Just that Tottenham.
4-0.
4-4 nil.
4-0.
Oh
Tottenham.
wow.
Yeah, against Nottingham.
Damn, 4-0. Well, I picked 3-0, so they're gonna keep the momentum going. Well,
Humming hat trick. I think he comes out. His coming out party is this Sunday.
you mean the Calvin Klein model? For those who don't know, he's a Calvin Klein model now.
He's a good looking dude. No homo, no homo, but he's a good looking dude. He can he can score him like the best. So I'm gonna take this off. This is annoying me. But I'll tell you, yeah, 4 now. I mean, everybody else could kick rocks. Arsenal are gonna win their game. It doesn't matter. Honestly, for me, I'm just want to collect as many points as we can until we face the big boys. That's what's important.
And speaking on that Arsenal front, they're probably gonna win tomorrow against Fulham. It's just a foregone conclusion. Wow, you heard that right, Arsenal. Fuck you, Arsenal fans. Say it again.
I think it'll be 1-1. I think it'll be Arsenal 1-1 against Fulham. Mitrovic gets a pen and then Jesus scores. So 1-1.
So the fairy dust ends, and then the collapse of Arsenal begins.
We'll get one of those nice reactionary videos tomorrow.
Yeah, that is gonna be pretty fun. Well, that is basically it for the Untitled Premier League show. My name is Ulysses.
My name is Big Mo Moses.
All right, good night, and have a great day.